Magnetic Island. How pretty. This is 45 minutes from Townsville to get to this end of Magnetic Island. We've got a motor because the wind is right on our nose, so no sails at this stage. We're doing about, 5.76 knots, somewhere around that mark. Plan is to go further up here and tuck around the corner in a little bay called Horseshoe Bay. Everyone calls their thing Horseshoe Bay, so we're going to Magnetic Island's version of that. My cousins came here a couple of years ago and raved about it, so I'm looking forward to having a look for myself and deciding which is my favourite bit. So meantime, we are motoring away from Townsville. We had a good overnight stay. We reprovisioned there. Our mate Oatsy, you are a legend, sir. He drove us all around to 15,000 different shops and took us to a really great place for dinner last night, which was awesome. It's a little micro brewery, little mountain brewery, and honestly I rated the food. I thought that it was really good, so if you get a chance to go there, I would. Thought they were terrific. So anyway, bye-bye to Townsville, and hello to the next part of the adventure. So this is pretty cool. It's like a rock formation, like the ones that you'd make yourself. Well, but you're not supposed to, but the ones that people make with rocks formed into a little tower. And this one's just in the middle of the ocean. Nature's done its own thing. But it's at the northern point of Magnetic Island, just before you go around the corner to Horseshoe Bay. Very cool. So you just take your tender across, a minute from the boat, and where the little tenders all gather, you just walk across the road and there's a bus stop. Buses are still 50 cents here in Queensland, so you can do a 50-cent trip, or you can buy an all-day pass for $1. So, pretty cool, to be honest. Bus is coming now, and we'll just scoot along. It's half an hour to get down from Horseshoe Bay to Picnic Bay, and Bob's your uncle. right then. Cheers. It's just a short bus ride up the road to the Fort's Walk. We've just jumped off, drops you right out the front. And I'm going to go and have a look at this heritage site. These are the woe boys that they talk about, where they've cut divots into the steep inclines so that the water will hit it and then be diverted rather than washing away their hard work. So good on the engineers. Off-duty beer rations could be drunk at the camp canteen. Wine bottle stamp 1943 and long neck beer bottles were discovered in a rocky hiding place near the forts. A sly grog on duty. Yeah, of course there was. And then right up there is the lookout. Up we go. And just for my cousin Lance, there's a lot of steps. How many, you ask? A lot. And just for Tracy, so many scenic points. It's really beautiful up here. So even though it was wartime and I can imagine not great conditions and certainly an element of fear, what a fantastic place to actually have to be to try and protect us. This is really beautiful. So not a bad office space for the men and women who came up here. Way out there is Cape Cleveland, where we came round to come into Townsville itself. glorious, glorious view.
You have to try and shoot from here and hit one of those ships.
They said their range was pretty good. Was it 18 kilometres?
Yeah.
We are 233 metres above sea level, and from this lookout you have 300 degrees of visibility. You can see Palm Island and the Orpheus Group out here and all the way up to Hinchinbrook on a good day. And then over to Cleveland Point, Cleveland Bay, and then back round to Townsville itself. Oh, great view. That took us about an hour to get up to here. Fairly steep in parts, but just bring a water bottle, it's completely doable. I'm glad it's overcast though, because the breeze is welcomed. This is the really distinctive thing about Magnetic Island, is these round boulders. The whole island is this mishmash of round boulders, and it's really interesting. It's such a different look, and as you sail around the front, it looks like just marbles all sitting on top of each other, or those, stacks of rocks that people do where they, pile them up on the beach. And it looks like they've just been hand placed, but obviously nature has decided to do that here. There was a good little explanation of it, which I'll pop up, that explained how these have been formed. But some of them are really precarious, and it's a bit disconcerting to walk underneath them, but it's super cool. Like a really interesting landscape. And I've seen plenty of granite areas around, especially Stanthorpe and those sorts of places, but I've never seen an island that pretty much is wholly constructed by a bunch of marbles sitting on top of each other. What an interesting little place. Well done, Magnetic Island. You've been quite the delight. It's a really good walk. Totally rate it.
Magnetic Island has been a bit of a revelation for me. I really didn't do any research before coming here, but seeing all the World War II remnants and artefacts on this walk that we're doing today, that's very cool. A lot of stuff that I learnt, and the views are excellent at the top of the hill where the forts are. Cool, so there's pubs and breweries and cafes and restaurants and all that sort of stuff that is cool if you want to do that. Nice calm anchorages and some interesting walks to do. So yeah, very cool. I'm glad we came.
We've come out and there's 45-minute wait for the bus. So we've decided, some of us unwillingly, to walk back to Horseshoe Bay. 2.3 kilometres, they say allow 50 minutes. We'll be faster than that. And there's beer at the other end, so
It better be.
we'll be all right. So it only took about half an hour, not 50 minutes, but you do walk along the road for the majority of it, so It's not exactly what I had in mind, but it beats having stayed sitting just staring at a bus stop for 45 minutes. So
The elusive tree thong, often found in places such as this. The tree thong tries to conceal itself in the foliage, cleverly masking itself. Very lucky to have seen this in its natural habitat.
there's also some really nice beaches around Magnetic. We got to Balding Bay, which is actually a nudie beach, so there's no vision of that. But we also saw Alma Bay, which looked gorgeous. Unfortunately, we didn't get off at that point. We were going through on the bus. Looked great, but we missed the opportunity to go and sit on that. But there's heaps of bays and lots of really beautiful beaches, so it's a really good spot. I could absolutely spend more than a week there.